Hey everybody, thank you for taking just a minute to come to this update. I'll keep it short and I'll keep it brief. With us still kind of quarantined, not a lot has changed when it comes to activities and things that are coming up. So a lot of this is probably going to sound redundant, but I just want to be faithful to continue to communicate this information in case this might be your first time tuning in. When it comes to our students, we want our students and want to challenge our students to continue to take advantage of every opportunity that they have to live out Christ right where they are. And so when it comes to investing into them, we are continuing our Zoom meetings on Sunday mornings for our small group hour. And so if your child has not been in conversation with their small group leader, I'd encourage you to reach out to them. They're supposed to be reaching out to them as well. But that way they can get the links and the time and so they can participate in that. And if you guys are having any trouble with connecting through Zoom, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to talk with you on the phone, try to walk you through that so that at least allows your child to be able to participate in that. And so when it comes to Sunday morning small groups, that's what we've been encouraging our small group leaders to do, and they've been doing that for the last 2 Sundays now. When it comes to our Wednesday night study, we really don't want to try to compete, and that's a bad word to use, but we really don't want to try to compete against what Pastor Ray is producing on Wednesday nights. We'd encourage our students, as well as the family, to watch those videos and be a part of that. And so what we've been doing for the last 2 weeks is we've been having our own Zoom conference call on Tuesday nights at 6, and that time is designated just to kind of where we catch up with each other, but where we also continue our study in the book of 1 Timothy. And so if your child has not been a part of that, we've had about 20 the last couple of weeks, which is great, but we'd love everyone in the ministry to be a part of that. And so if your child's not been a part of that, let me know. Text me, call me, email me, whatever you need to do. My phone number is 270-590-0543. Feel free to text me or call me. I'd be happy to get you the link so that they can tune in next week for our time together on Tuesday nights at 6. But for the most part, that's kind of what we're doing on a regular basis, just kind of providing content, providing ways for them to connect within the ministry. But one of the things that I really challenged them to do this past Tuesday is to look at the opportunities that they have around them to really serve and really minister. The thing that Paul was trying to encourage Timothy in 1 Timothy is that, specifically he was talking about the widows, and that is to be ministering and supporting them. And as we look and take a step back as the local church, we have a responsibility not just to obviously minister to our own, but to minister to those around us. And while we're under lockdown, what better way, to do that? And so I've challenged them to think creatively about how can you love on your neighbors, how can you minister to the elderly in our congregation, how can you love on the kiddos with Easter coming up this weekend. And so we would just encourage you as a family to say, God, how can we be creative in sharing the gospel with our neighbors, with our family, with our friends, with those in our congregation, knowing that we got to keep 6 feet distance, knowing that we've got to, basically be sensitive to the fact that we don't want to spread anything to anybody. And so how can we be creative in doing that? Whether that's, mowing someone's yard, surprising a young family with Easter eggs all in the front yard, for them to be able to hunt. Things like that where we can just love on them in the name of Jesus and take full advantage of the opportunity that we have. Yes, the coronavirus is terrible. Yes, the lockdown is no fun, but we can still be the church. And so if you've not taken advantage of opportunities, we'd encourage you to do that. And so that's all I've got for this week. I hope that you guys continue to have a great week in the Lord. I hope that your families are using this as an opportunity to grow. Sure, you're getting sick and tired of probably being around each other all the time. But you know what? We're going to look back on this season and say, this was probably the best thing that could have happened to us. Obviously, we hate the virus and we don't want to get that. We don't want to spread that. And our heart breaks for those who have been affected by it. But the thing that we know is that the Lord can use all things for good. And so we're praying, God, not our will, but your will be done. And so as you guys continue on during this season, we just want you to know that we love you, we miss you, and we're praying for you. So God bless, and have a great week in the Lord.